Simon Ekpa will restrict his freedom of movement. That is what our procedure is based on, says the police. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in and listening to this headline that we got here this morning. As our headline for this morning says here, that concerning Simon Ekpa will restrict his freedom of movement. That is what our procedure is based on, says the police. Well, the Finland police, in a recent statement, made it known that the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafrã, Simon Eppa, will be restricted from moving freely, including a possible issuance of a travel ban of his activities. According to him, this was the procedure enacted for persons suspected of offense to which such measures were applicable. According to a recent statement which was made available to the general public today, being Tuesday the 3rd of December 2024, from the statement of the Finland authorities, it can be deducted that Simon Ekpa might not be extradited to Nigeria as widely speculated. Well, in their words, our procedure is based on depending on the case. Remand or travel ban as cohesive measures for limiting the freedom of movement for persons suspected of offense to which such measures are applicable, he said. The recent statement from the Finnish authorities, however, stirred mixed reaction from the general public, as many believe the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra will be released to the Nigerian government. Well, and that is all was said here concerning the silence day this morning, which says here that Simon Ekpa will restrict his freedom of movement. That is what our procedure is based on. Well, of course, you had it for me this morning, and if you're not a subscriber, the best you can do right here, right now, is to tap that subscribe button with the notification bell so that anytime I have any new video, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Well, the Finland police is telling us that concerning the case of Simon Ekpa and his terrorism-related charges, so they're not going to bring him to Nigeria. No, they're not going to bring him to Nigeria because the Nigerian government are trying their best to bring him to Nigeria and let him face justice here, that so-called justice. Nigeria that does not even uphold the rule of law. Well, what the Finnish police said is that they are going to restrict Simon Ekpa's freedom of movement because that is what that procedure is based on. Yes. They cannot, according to the police themselves, they say they cannot take Simon Ekpa to a country that is not in the European Union or to a country that is not a Nordic country. Yes. If your country is not part of the EU or Nordic, they cannot transfer one prisoner. No, they can't do that. Yes. And Biafrans like the fact that Finland are obeying their law. It's not like Nigeria that if they just want to do something that will benefit them, they will just quickly change their law. Yes. But concerning the case of Simon Ekpa, even when they say that they're going to grant Simon Ekpa bail, they say no, they cannot grant him bail. Bail is not, they don't recognize bail in this type of case. Instead, they're not going to allow him to move. He can be free, but he cannot travel out of the country. He cannot travel out of the country. He cannot move up and down. Like he will stay in this particular city, but he can be free. He can eat whatever he feels like eating, but he cannot move. They will give him a radius where he can't live. That's just to make sure that he's still in the country. Yeah, that's just to make sure that he's still in the country because Finland does not recognize bail for this type of crime. It's not as if they don't do bail in their country, but for the charges that Simon Ekpa has been accused of, they don't recognize bail for that. And a lot of Biafrans are like, God, what kind of a problem is this? What kind of little problem is this? Because if Simon Ekpa is actually found guilty of being involved in this whole Biafra thing, he could be sentenced to jail. Although the Nigerian government are just packing a lot of evidence that they're going to use against him coming in May 2025. Yes, the Nigerian government are packing a lot of evidence that they're going to use against Simon Ekpa in May 2025. That is the trial date. Well, under this headline that I have here, Rebaza Tari says that no true democratic nation does not try to twist the law to favor another. This can only happen in an undeveloped country, not in a place like Finland, which respects human rights. It's true. Like I said earlier, Finland will focus on the law. Finland will follow things according to the law. They will not try to twist their law just to benefit one person. Not like Nigeria. Nigeria just the opposite of everything good. Yes, not like Nigeria. Nigeria will twist their law just for the federal government to win one case or the other. Yeah, so there's actually a big difference between these two countries. Yes, there's a big difference between these two countries. Okay, Damien Orijima says that please release him to Nigeria for their unjust handling. Nigeria do not know justice, so what would they release to Nigeria for? They can't release Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. I've said this countless times. They can't release Simon Ekpa to Nigeria because, according to the Finnish law, they cannot take a. Simon Ekpa is a citizen of Finland. Do you know that? They can't take that citizen that is in jail to a country that is not part of the EU or part of the Nordic countries, meaning that they can't even take Simon Ekpa to the USA, to US or America if they wanted to. No. Well, Damien, AZ says that I saw that revelation in the early 90s. Then there was nothing like IPOB, so I believe that one day the Igbo will exit from Nigeria. We just pray so. We just pray so that all this Biafra thing will turn out positively, not negatively, like what happened in the Biafran War. Yes, in the Biafran War. That is what everybody is saying. Everybody just want to exit from Nigeria because they feel that Nigeria is not helping matters. Yeah, they feel that Nigeria is not helping matters at all. They just want to exit. They call it the Biafra exit. Yes, the Biafra exit. So what do you guys think concerning all this movement and Simon Ekpa of a thing? Because it's quite sad that Simon Ekpa is in jail at this point in time when his followers have declared Biafra an independent country. They declared Biafra an independent country. They've said everything that they want to say, but things still looks normal in right here in Nigeria. Things are still normal. Like there is no change. There is no change at all. Although they started to mount Biafran flags in market and schools, but we're still using Nigerian nairas, we're still under the Nigerian time zone. Are we not still under the Nigerian government? So what do you guys think will happen? Well, Maduka Jude says that irrespective of what Finland's authorities is saying, Nigeria is a great nation and a member of the Nation of Commonwealth Organization (CWO) worldwide. Britain is the father of all countries of the world. They know and have power to change things in favor for their baby and wife, Nigeria. No, they cannot change the law because of Nigeria. Drop your own comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Then tap the subscribe button as we go on with the notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful day ahead of you.